Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in Week 4.
Start the drive to the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
On the ready?
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okuegbunam. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Broncos had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Going to be railed.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he used his quickness to make a play.
Here's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he'll just get rid of it. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Right.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the
final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one.
Okay, right?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ultra. Don't ultra. Cut.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go. Here we go. Shot. 17.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Triple 38. Claws red. Yellow.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now back to throw. That's to his running back, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Ready.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Here we go.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw here.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Carr.
Oh, the slant connects with Devontae Adams.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's caught. Tolbert.
He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's got some space here. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big pickup of 38. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. To throw his Carr. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Turn to a power game to try to get in. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
And they are going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And cycle.
They go play action here on 1st down. Outright, this one goes to Patrick.
Let's go.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Come on, set. Watch it, sit.
They'll throw now on the final play. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, no steal. Ready?
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there at holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
95.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now Carr. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
DJ Jones
Able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and with it, they have taken the lead.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, They take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's 2nd and 8. And the Raiders have got him. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Ready.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Go. Ready.
Back to throw here. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
They rode him right out of bounds. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Carr. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They're going right back to Hamler. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
Let's go.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Strike blue. Blue striker.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Back to throw again. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Carr. It's caught here by Adams.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
I think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 10 cycles.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
62 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go.
Ready. 62 blaster.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Okay,
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards, as they hope to move it a little closer.
Yellow, blue. Ready.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Ready up.
Looking to throw.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Here we go.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
10.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won it.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but, hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for the Broncos, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll sink now to 0-4, and they will get a home date.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me,